New week, new talks. So, new talk for Monday's edition of New Reality Collective. So, we start off the day with when I woke up, Kylie Ray has announced on her Patreon that she is stepping away from pro wrestling and taking a break from social media. Writing in this post, she wrote, "Good morning. I'm truly sorry for the pain I've caused and miscommunication. I am currently unwell. I am sorry that I wasn't able to get out of this before your monthly subscription charge. I want to take the time to say that I am no longer a professional wrestler and am currently taking a break from social media. It's been a very hard decision to make, but please understand. When I am well, I will try to fulfill any obligations that I've missed. During this time, most tiers will not be able to be fulfilled. Please feel free to unsubscribe from this membership Patreon account. Thank you for understanding. Less than three." She has since deleted her Twitter account but remains on Instagram. At this time. So, yeah, back in March, she had worked out a long term contract, and before that, she had signed with AEW, then left in the middle of the year, or around September, a month before the big Dynamite event. So Kylie Ray, underneath all that smile and sunshine she's giving off on TV, clearly has a mental issue going on, and it sucks honestly that this happened. Uh, I'm just hoping she makes it through this. I'm really am hoping it. I really am hoping for the best, but I'm also going to call out certain things that had happened. So last year when she had left around September, our former wrestler, I believe, came out and claimed that Jericho had did something to her, and there was talks about how Brandy Rose bullied her or something. Something that was denied by Brandy, but there was no talk about the Chris Jericho one, and because they had no evidence, and they were trying to get claimed that there was something going on, but they never got any traction other than a couple of talks. But yeah, a lot of people were mad about that. I had said that we weren't there. None of us were there. The only people that were there, according to what you're saying, is Jericho and Kylie Ray, and only Kylie Ray's probably going to talk about it. Jericho probably will say deny anything that happened. So when Kylie Ray feels like she's ready to talk about it, she should be ready to talk about it. And then Kylie Ray came back. She never mentioned it at all. Also, it looked like nothing really happened there. But like I said, we weren't there, and until she felt like she needed, and then the speaking out movement happened. She never came out publicly with anything, as far as I'm aware. So probably at the best that there was nothing going on. And then Impact happened. She misses Bound for Glory. She was set to most likely become women's champion or knockouts champion, and then left and then didn't join the show. She was in Nashville at the time. Heyman was going to do something, but yeah, nothing really materialized sadly from that. So yeah, so what happened? So I don't know what happened. She clearly is having a struggle. Or she currently suffered a relapse or something, and like I'm hoping her family is there for her. Any loved ones she has, any friends she knows, those are being there for her. But this probably didn't help matters because that's when the people were making claims about all this stuff going on I'm pretty certain that didn't help Kylie Ray whatsoever because really think about this. If she's having a mental breakdown and suffering a relapse probably of this mental struggle she's fighting, and then you got people making wild speculations saying, "Oh, it was Chris Jericho that did it. It was Brandy Rhodes that did that, made her leave, and not it made her feel unsafe." And so I'm pretty sure that didn't help much. In fact, I had written a tweet about my thoughts on it, brief thoughts on it, where I had said, let's see, let's see if I can find it. Twitter. So this is what I said. Yeah, when I heard she dropped out of Impact's big event, I think her mind doesn't handle those time events where all the eyes are on her. And I don't think that what Vito and fans were accusing about Jericho and Brandy helped Kylie B. Ray. And I had also said that the other possible reason is that when when this happened, I was saying to myself, when I said, yeah, I don't think that helped Kylie. If anything, it likely made what she was no doubt going through worse because she got put in a compromising position. Reveal her mental struggles she likely didn't feel ready to discuss publicly, or people be blamed for out her agency involved and without her ever giving proof or confirmation on that. So, oh yeah, I get a feeling some big event was going on that led to this worsening state. I don't know what, and I'm not gonna ask. But all I can hope is that Kylie gets through this and she finds something else to do, hopefully with her life, and is able to fill that void and is happy from it. Stay strong, Kylie Ray. We're rooting for you. There has been an update on the New Japan Pro Wrestling ROH relationship. So things looked rocky between the two promotions at one point, but it seems that isn't the case anymore. According to Fightful.com, after spring of 2019, we didn't see New Japan Pro Wrestling working with ROH for months after the events of G1 Super Climax. However, the two were planning for a joint project during this year's WrestleMania week before the pandemic started. As Fightful Select reported, those plans are still in the works. The quote reads, Harold Meekin's ousting from New Japan Pro Wrestling has many wondering what that means for various partnerships the company has established. Feifel said, "We asked about New Japan Pro Wrestling's working relationship with ROH, as at times, specifically last year, it looked like it had ended. While we didn't hear of specific projects, we're told that Ring of Honor and New Japan and have an open dialogue and have tentatively planned on releasing content together. People we spoke with in ROH are under the impression that New Japan will likely add to their working relationships when available." So, yeah, this article was on FIFA Select first, and now they've made it public. So I don't know what. So yeah, we all remember what happened last year, the Enzo Amore incident with Big Cass, and they rated the show. Everyone thought it was a shoot, especially not helped by the fact that AEW that right before that, just before that big fight, before Enzo and Big Cass came out, Bret Hart had gotten attacked, and that didn't help matters with the dead atmosphere essentially, and fans had lost their enthusiasm, and then there's incident happening, and some people were speculating it was all coordinated, and like this was a big shot for attention, and it didn't help much. And RH never told them, and that led to horrendous issues with them, and it looked like the end was near for their relationship. So yeah, I thought it was coming to an end after that because the management wasn't working out so well. And then after what happened with Mark Scroll, I thought like there's no way they're gonna work with them ever again after this, but looks like that's still going on. So we'll see how that goes when they are back together working on shows. So Thunder Rosa spoke about her current status with the company. Since she lost the women's world title last Tuesday at UWN Primetime Live, Billy Corgan confirmed that Rosa is under contract through 2021, killing any speculation of her next move for the time being. Speaking on Busted Open Radio, Rosa backed up Billy's comments, but did hint at what she's looking for when she becomes a free agent. I am signed with NWA and have another year with them. When it's my time, it's gonna be my time. When my time comes, I'm not gonna come as just another person on the roster. Mark my words. I'm counting for everything, and I'm coming to be on top, just like I did this first time. My value is going to be bigger because I'm going to be a better wrestler, cut better promos. My body's going to be more chiseled. I'm going to have a much better MMA record. I'm going to be like, this is all I have to offer. What do you have to offer me? That's why I want to go to a bigger company. I want them to want me. I want you to want me. Because of all the projects I have on the side, it has to be a place where I'm able to continue working on them on what I'm working on. If I'm able to do it with NWA, then NWA. If I'm able to do it with AEW, probably. Now, knowing what WWE's doing, things we have on the side, is going to be very difficult for me to work on my personal projects. Sometimes those personal projects are the things that bring you the most joy in life. I don't want that joy to be taken away for money. And if that's why I have to sacrifice, I'd rather be happy than be a slave. So yeah, it looks like as WWE continues to crack down third-party Warzone, because of course they do, who as part of their initiative to screw everybody over, Kylie Ray has, I mean, Thunder Rosa has clearly picked her side. She's either going to go to NWA, be a free agent and independent contractor working everywhere else, or go to AEW, because if WWE still sticks to this idea where you are our bitch and will do anything we say, then she's clearly not going to come. So Woo! She made the right decision on that front. So, remember that big event that was going on? How people were speculating there was going to be a big AEW video game for the last year or so? Well, AEW's latest subsidiary has formed. AEW Games is holding a special event of some sort on Tuesday, November 10th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It remains to be seen what the events unfold. On October 23rd, AEW officially filed the phrase AEW Games, and the filing in the description, understandably, was in pertains to video games and a website covering that realm. On Monday, AEW's Twitter account, AEW's Games Twitter account, released a 27-second video teasing the aforementioned special event, writing, subscribe and follow AEW Games on social media. They join us Tuesday, November 10th at 6 Eastern Standard Time. No further details have been revealed, but social accounts on all platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, have been set up specifically for AEW Games. As far as AEW's inevitable foray to the online video game goes, on September 10th, AEW filed trademarks for All Elite Wrestling Elite General Manager and Elite GM. Cam Meager went as far as to say that special September interview with GameSpot that an AEW game is in the development, but offer no details. So it seems like for the past year, and I did hear Aubrey Edwards, since she has worked in the realm of video games, yay, hey, because we need her to be more cooler than ever. She works in video games as well. She did work in them as a developer, I believe, but hearing this is awesome because I've been wanting to see what AEW brings to the table in the gaming, especially after 2K20 happened. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. We're all excited. Everyone wants to see it, see what they bring to the table. And if General Manager is all elite, because everyone's been wanting to see General Manager mode come back, and all we have is Journey of Wrestling, Extreme Warfare Revenge, Total Extreme Wrestling, and that's virtually it as far as I know, the big three. And now they make an Elite GM game for mobile and make a bigger, more robust version for a video game console and PC. Then I will say, take my money. If that's all you could provide for me, I just need that for my wrestling video addiction. Also, they bring out a much bigger, deeper, robust customization option where we can bring in the wrestlers from WWE, then we will be in business. The Hurt Business. So look forward to November 10th, everyone. We're probably going to need it more so after this election, so whatever goes on tomorrow. EC3 absent from Impact Wrestling tapings. So at Bound for Glory, EC3 and Moose went one-on-one in the latest cinematic match during the pandemic era. The match wasn't a typical back and forth affair, and EC3 seemed more concerned with helping Moose rediscover his aggressive side. This left both men battered and bloody after 9 minutes, and the former NFL player ultimately picked up the win and retained the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Impact held the latest taping over Bound for Glory weekend. Fightful Select reported that EC3 was not at the tapings because he and Moose filmed their content for the pay-per-view ahead of time. If the former world champion will return to Impact Wrestling at Turning Point November 14th, or the next set of tapings between the 17th and 20th remains to be seen. Fans can watch EC3 control the narrative at ROH, though. He debated in the company a couple of weeks ago, and he's set to team with the Briscoes against Shane Taylor and SOS soon. Yeah! So EC3's been having a dark rebirth, taking this darker look, this more destructive persona he's taking on, where he's trying to destroy the past. He's basically Kylo Ren if Kylo Ren was given better writing, where he's like, kill the past, let the past die, kill it if you have to. It's the only way to become what you are meant to be. So sadly, he cannot burn his WWE career runaway twice. But he can beat up a 74-year-old man impersonator event, so that could probably make up for it. So there's backstage news going on regarding Roman Reigns and his Greatest Heel run, which is 100% successful. I'm hoping The Rock comes back, but Hollywood and Black Adam probably will prevent that. Paul Davis of WrestlingNews.co recently reported that Jay would align himself with Reigns after initially being reluctant. Jimmy Uso is scheduled to join his brother and the Tribal Chief when he returns from injury in early 2021, and the Usos will captain the SmackDown Tag Titles soon after. I mean, really, who cares at this point? Because there's no division, I think. Like there's the Street Profits, who I almost called Private Party because I keep thinking Private Party now. Um, what is the tag team division? Street Profits, um, Ziggler and Rude. I think that's it. Davis add to his report over the weekend, the Usos will wrestle shirtless like Roman Reigns, and they're down since day one ish. Down since day one ish will be replaced. Let's hope it's really good. So let's hope. The Universal Champion previously said he will receive a new interesting down the line as well. The faction storyline has been mapped out for the next few months, and according to the WWE source, fans of the current story should be entertained by future developments. Vince McMahon is fully on board with the current direction for Reigns and the Usos. Yay! So Vince has admitted he was wrong. Yes, he's admitted he was wrong about this. He should have turned Roman heel sooner, especially after Undertaker. But yeah, I'm excited that Vince actually is caring now. Still mad at his third party deal, so we can be pissed on that still. But oh, and his recent horrendously out of context, horrendous in contextualization, speaking out reference movement terms with 19-year-old Mysterio's daughter and 32-year-old Buddy Murphy making out on live television. Yay. So, yeah. Uh, yeah, Reigns and the Usos and anyone who's involved in their story is pretty much the only thing carrying SmackDown now. And yeah, especially after they lost the Fiend, they were like, let's move the Fiend to Raw because that would make the great idea after we have the faction going on, faction warfare. But we screwed that up with the Fiend beating them all up and the Hurt Business beating them all up and Mustafa Ali being made into a joke. Okay, and passing by mention the hacker gimmick, even though that made no sense now when we think about it, because Otis won Money in the Bank because of it. Wow, Mustafa Ali's kind of a dumbass when you think about it. Way to go, Vince. So, Walter and Aja Dragavoon on as match against for the NXT UK Championship, which went over 25 minutes and aired during NXT UK this past Thursday on the WWE Network. Jim Cornette, because everyone wants to hear from him, right? Hey, so naturally, when you hear the phrase Jim Cornette and wrestling nowadays, it's mostly him saying horrendously homophobic, sexist slurs, or something like that. Probably borderline racist. Yeah, he's kind of a hot topic to talk about, but yeah. So, anyway, so that he praises the match, saying this: "Just saw Walter and Isla from NXT UK. If you've been wanting, this is what pro wrestling could have evolved into had it not been commandeered by comedy wrestlers and backyard cosplayers. A masterpiece of true art of war combat. Kudos to Brove." Remember when we could just watch a show that has different styles of wrestling involved? So, yeah. And also, if wrestling hadn't evolved to it, then why does it exist now? Oh, and before you say it's in the UK branch of NXT and no one virtually cares about that branch, I'm pretty sure this is getting 5-star ratings from Dave Meltzer, which shocked the internet because he gave a WWE branded show 5-star matchup because he doesn't like NXT. He's given NXT rating 5-star ratings dozens of times, about half a dozen times by now. Oh, I think 2 were Johnny Gargano's. The ladder match, the North American debut ladder match. Let's see. The Undisputed Era versus the Mustache Mountain in a throw in the towel kind of ending. Walter in this match. Walter! And he gave a 5-star over with Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano twice. And then he also gave a 5-star rating over with with Walter and Tyler Bate. So a little over a half a dozen people, half a dozen matches, and most of it goes to Johnny Gargano. So big match Johnny is the way to go in NXT. So yeah, it's not surprising that he would give a NXT a 5-star rating. Now, if you told him to give a 5-star rating to any match in WWE on the main roster, it's like, ooh, that would probably be specifics. I haven't done a 5-star rating match for it's CM Punk and Cena, and I could give some matches that have surpassed it, but that would require me to care now since there are other venues. And I kind of hate Vince, so yeah. Yeah. Cedric Alexander recently spoke with Sports Illustrated and said that he was revealed that he was indeed frustrated before his massive heel turn. Let's see if we can set this. Alexander said he was recently frustrated in WWE, but his heel turn allows him to show a different side to his personality. He had a personality before. Okay. Alexander recently said he was frustrated and everything. It gives him a new set of opponents due to this heel run. I needed a change of pace and a chance to let out a new side that people aren't used to seeing. We're used to loving new personalities to characters, but we just don't want them crappy by Vince. One of the things that made me love wrestling in general was my career in amateur wrestling in high school and college. Just being on the mat made me feel a type of aggression I wasn't really able to produce in my regular life. Now with the Hurt Business, this is my chance to let loose. Before, when I was frustrated, I couldn't let it out. Sometimes being a bad dude just feels a lot better. I knew I needed this, and it feels good. So big props to that. So let's see Cedric Alexander's run with the Hurt Business if they're not still feuding over the whole retribution angle, which has failed miserably. Yeah. WWE has released a pricey deluxe edition replica title for the So it comes with a miniature coffin. It's celebrating Undertaker 30 with a new edition to get to the WWE Signature Series Championship title collection. Get your limited deluxe edition version. Only 100 individually numbered titles made with a leather strap and urn-shaped carrying case. Yay! Okay. Now, how much is this super expensive title? It will be priced at $999.99. So $1,000. And WWE is also selling a standard version for $500. The deluxe version comes with a genuine leather strap and an urn-shaped carrying case. The title plates are from the Wing Needle version of the title that Taker won in Survivor Series 1991 by defeating Hulk Hogan, beginning his first reign, but silver and purple instead of gold and blue. The leather strap is crafted into an ornate Gothic shape and printed all over with flourishes and Taker's iconic symbol, along with the rest in peace. Rare fashions, the side plates featured the new Undertaker 30 logo. Yay! 30 years of dominance. 30 years of digging holes and taking souls. Yeah, good times. But he's retired, and Vince is in no way a psychopathic nutcase who needs to be locked up trying to exploit him more, even though he's trying to say he was done. Consent. Who cares about that, right? Todd Howard teases major game engine change for Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield. Oh, yeah, whatever. Bethesda's working on a new game engine to power its upcoming next-gen games, specifically Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield, and now Todd Howard's teased just how significant the update to the engine may be. He said in a recent event that the overhaul to the engine is probably the largest we ever had, maybe even larger than Morrowind to Oblivion. To help with this, Bethesda is heavily investing in the team behind it. Howard said that there are more people at Bethesda working on engine by a factor of 5 than ever before. The new Bethesda game is likely to retain some of the things people know about and love about the studios, including support for mods and a general approach to open-ended worlds. Howard suggested, however, outside of that, fans can expect major changes. Like, can we get a competent Fallout 76 engine game now? Or likable attitudes again, or not lying, or or no longer of the standard traditional of give and me and your and money with paid and mods and let's see, credits and microtransactions. Let's hope he doesn't do that. For rendering to animation to pathing to procedural generation, I don't want to say everything, but it's a significant overhaul. It's taking us longer than we would have liked, but it's going to power everything we're doing with Starfield and ES6. If people see the results, the whole world will be as happy as we are with what's on the screen and hope, and also how we could go about making our games. Like, not have as many game-breaking bugs. Uh, That's when we may see the fruits of the labor. Howard said that fans should get comfortable. The developer stressed he personally endorsed being able to announce the game and release it in a relatively shorter order, as Bethesda did with Fallout 4 when it was announced at E3 and released a few months later in that year. There's no firm plan yet for a proper announcement or release timing for the two games, but Howard shared his high-level approach to keeping fans in the loop. Oh god, so at that point I don't care about him anymore. You just don't want to string them along too long. You kind of get fatigued. Like we were with Fallout 76? You have to balance that fatigue of wanting something versus that consumer excitement. Also, it takes time, to be frank. Preparing trailers, demos, and assets take time away from development. Yes, like preparing assets and stuff for something that's a blatant lie. Also, it takes time, to be frank. I remember games we've done where you're doing that for multiple years. It's like you have topped yourself. You have to top your previous demo. I'd rather spend all the time focusing on the game and prepare one big demo. So the games were announced in 2018 with mood trailers, but not any gameplay or details of what to expect. But as I announced these games, he's had time to assure fans that it was working on what might be considered classic Bethesda games, as the studio took a different approach with the multiplayer Fallout game 76. So, Todd Howard, the only way I can be confident is if you're not involved. But you are. So Activision, in their morally bankrupted state of morality, have announced that we have made $1.2 billion in microtransactions in just 3 months. We are scum. Oh, God. So they want the infinite growth thing, as Jim Sterling has talked about this, and they have made that much money, and you just want to cry. So, like, I get they're trying to make money. I get it's a business at the end of the day, but at the same time, it's coming at a great cost of integrity and everything, and dragging people to addiction levels of gambling. And if the governments of the world, if the UN started announcing regulations against loot boxes and microtransactions, and it's for the sake of the health of all gambling addicts, then they're screwed, because this is like what so the 1.2 billion figure for microtransactions represents more than half of the company's total revenue. So they're producing more microtransactions than they are producing quality games. So yeah. Xbox platforms getting Apple TV alongside Series X and S launches. So Apple TV Plus, we all love Apple TV Plus. Actually, I don't know. I haven't used it. I'm still on the free subscription since they extended it till next year, February, probably because of pandemic reasons. In an announcement, Microsoft revealed that your existing streaming entertainment apps will make the trip to Xbox Series X and S when they launch, but they'll be joined by one in addition, as the Apple TV app is finally coming to Xbox consoles on November 10th. It will be on the new generation along as well as Xbox One. This is in addition to your other services like Netflix, HBO Max, Amazon, Prime Video, Hulu, WWE Network, virtually every streaming service that ever existed. The blog goes on to promise to enhance dynamic range, fuller colors on Series X and S, along with spatial sounds supported in certain apps like Netflix and Disney+. Microsoft also promises a better user experience with a speedier dashboard in Microsoft Store for locating more apps. This follows Sony's announcement of the PS5 entertainment apps, which conspicuously didn't include HBO Max. It does include the anime streaming service Crunchyroll, which Sony's reportedly close to Oh, we're back at this. We couldn't go one console launch generation without a one-up. So what they just said was this: we here at Sony have Crunchyroll. Oh yeah? Well, we have HBO Max and Apple TV Plus. We're really doing this again? I thought we were done with the fights. I thought we were done with the one-upping. We were so close, man. We had a record ready. Oh god, I'm getting last gen flashbacks of the one-up era, where we of the year of the one-ups, where everyone one-upped each, when the two consoles one-upped each other to see who would provide the better features. Like 1,000 friends, 2,000 friends, because for God's sakes, how many people have that besides social media followers? So we got tragedy on the Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart front. Despite numerous Sony exclusives coming to PS4, Insomniac's Ratchet and Clank sequel is not going to be one of them. They have announced, when someone asked on Twitter, it's a PS5 exclusive. Considering all the dimension hopping that the gameplay seems to feature, it makes sense that those mechanics might require the speed of an SSD drive, or an SS drive, maybe that isn't present in Sony's older consoles. It's a question that needed answering, though, especially given Sony's decision for many of its first-party titles, almost all PS5 titles that initially seemed to be exclusive for next gen, but have since been revealed to be coming to PS4. Demon's Souls, Blueprint Games' latest remake is the only PS5 launch, alongside the pre-installed Astro Playroom that will be exclusive to that console. So this is one of Sony's exclusives, still without firm release date. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Insomniac is suggesting that it will release in 2021. Horizon Zero Dawn sequel is expected in 2021, along with Sony Santa Monica's sequel to God of War, and Gran Turismo 7. And PS5 launches next week on November 12th. Yay! AMC has posted a huge loss in the latest quarter. Yeah, they lost at 90% of their money in revenue. Yeah, you think it might have to do with the virus? And it seems we're now finally, unfortunately, hitting the second wave. Because now Italy and the UK is closed up. They're locked down. Not Italy. Well, it seems like I wouldn't be surprised. But France is locking down. Well, it has locked down last week. UK is on the ready to lock down, and it seems like it's only a matter of time until Germany joins them. So the rest of the world's probably not gonna follow suit, except for us, because we have to be number one in being stupid. Even though we got 500,000 cases in the last week. Sorry about that. I just need to say this. Attention everyone, we are currently fucked. Attention everyone, we are currently fucked. It would have been a disaster if I had actually fallen on video. But content is necessary on the internet, especially these days. It's when you have nothing left to do right now due to us going crazy in the house. We're also trying not to get sick. But we do what we can to provide and whatnot. So, AMC lost 90% in revenue drop in its physical third quarter as the theater chains continues to reckon with the fallout of COVID pandemic has had on the industry. So, sorry for them, they're probably getting out of business at this rate. Unless they have a sudden change to their plans. So, all we can do is hope, honestly. All we can do is hope. Demon's Souls PlayStation 5 has over 180 guide videos in the UI. Okay, that's one way to take advantage. 180 guide videos, and probably more if there's more content. Okay. Damn it. The Batman. So naturally you would think that due to due to, the rise of COVID and the lockdown in the UK happening, and with the Batman delayed, it looks like it's going to have to be stopping production again and go through yet another delay, probably for 2023. At this point, it looks like it. So, it's been reported that the UK will be undergoing into lockdown from November 5th to December 2nd. These dates may be extended depending on the condition of the country. One of Parliament's members, Oliver Dowden, further clarified on Twitter what this means for personnel who can't work from home. In his tweet, he encouraged everyone to work from home and noted when this is not possible, travel to a place of work will be permitted. This includes but not exhaustive elite sport played behind closed doors, film and TV production, and telecom workers. Since the Batman falls under film production, the cast and crew will continue filming uninterrupted. So it's been pushed back to 2022 as the movie industry continues to adjusting to this new scheduling system. So yeah, the Batman, I hope no one gets infected again, and because Robert Pattinson did come down with it and got better, because he had to go ahead and beat the hell out of COVID, but he might need to consider rebranding the Bat name. I don't think people want to be reminded that, hey, it's the Batman. Isn't the Bat what gave us COVID? He's a supporter of COVID. Kill him. Yeah. So Marvel Avengers permanently cut some cosmetic prices. Recently, as an in-game event, Marvel's Avengers temporarily reduced the prices of multiple microtransactions, including takedowns, legendary emotes, epic emotes, rare emotes, epic takedowns. After confirmation earlier this week, the reduced prices are now permanent, even after the sale event ended. Based on your feedback, we're keeping the 50% discount on takedowns and emotes from last week's sale, making them the new regular prices on these items. Reads a new announcement upon booting up the game. The prices are now set to 50% of their original cost. Epic takedowns are now 600 instead of 1200. Emotes, legendary emotes are 500. Epic emotes and rare emotes are coming at 250 credits and 125 credits, respectively. So, yeah. I don't use microtransactions, so I'm not caring. But I hope they just stop altogether and we can earn this in game. Apple announces the biggest event in their lineup. Tune in on November 10th for Apple has announced one more thing event for next week. Yeah, it seems like everything's coming out for Apple on November. It seems like everything's being announced on November 10th. Like, wait, if that's the correct date, I just need to be certain. Xbox. Damn it. Really, you showed me the release date, so say September, making me. Okay, yeah, so basically, November 10th is now going to be the biggest event of technological advancements. AEW has a video game coming out, being announced, probably have an announcement, probably for next year, hopefully, or a mobile app announcement that will be big. The Xbox One and Xbox One Series X and S is going to launch on November 10th, and Apple has the one more thing announcement for November 10th. So, yeah, cosmic coincidence or technological savagery? You make the call. So, Apple rumors previously pegged the Apple Silicon chip powered Macs start arriving at the end of the year. So, an invitation sent out to customers announced the special event will take place at 10 a.m. PT, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and from Apple Park. The name comes from the phrase of which Apple CEO uses at the end of keynotes for some sort of surprise announcement. So, look forward to that, everyone. The Dark Pictures anthology, Little Hopes, and credits reveal House of Ashes. So, The Dark Picture has a post-credit teaser for House of Ashes, the third game in this horror series, and appears to feature Sumerian mythology and star Ashley. It's last name I can't pronounce. Brando Namco has yet to fully reveal House of Ashes, but Rabid Retrospect Games has captured the trailer for you to take a look at what we can expect for the new anthology game that is scheduled for next year. The game appears to feature some sort of military personnel and looks to take players on the ground in the titular House of Ashes. The Tease was given the same way Little Hope was at the end of the first game in the Dark Pictures anthology series, Man and Media. These games are meant to be standalone experiences rather than sequels, and the developer Supermassive Games have said that they plan to release 8 games under this banner. So, yeah, what they have just basically said, they contacted Bray Wyatt and says, where remember in that promo Bray Wyatt cut earlier this year at the before the Royal Rumble, which feels like a million years ago, where he says, English, and can you give me someone in English or an ancient Sumerian? So seems Bray Wyatt is going to be contacted for this. Hopefully, actually, I want to see Bray Wyatt have a horror movie. It'd be pretty damn awesome. So, with the census peak at the end of August, CD Projekt Red and share price has fallen by 25%. As reported by Game Industry Buzz, the peak coincided with the announcement of The Witcher Monster Slayer mobile AR game. And since then, the market cap has dropped by 50%, $2.9 billion in August 2021. And the price per share was around $116 in the US, and as of October 30th, it has fallen to $84. In that time frame, the pandemic has continued, the game has been delayed, and reports have come now about mandatory crunch at CD Projekt Red, even after the studio promised there would be none. One of the hardest decisions I've had to make, the head of studio, Adam, whatever his last name is, to know that the developers would be well compensated for every extra hour they put in. I want to say something, but at the same time, look, can you, okay, after this, can you give him like a couple months off? Like, I'm pretty sure if you brag about how much content you've put in the game, and you can like maybe take a couple months off, give them vacation time, holiday breaks, like anything beyond just money, because while the money is important, right? And maybe increase their royalty shares learned from the game. And like, there has to be a ton of stuff that needs to be compensated to earn anyone's trust back. Gears of War mobile spinoff Gears Pop set to shut down in 2021. I honestly did not care. Honestly, I played it a little bit, then stopped and got bored and just moved on. So Gears Pop was the MOBA shooter featuring Gears of War and Funko Pops. Ops released in 2019. Its refunds are set will be issued automatically for all purchases made 90 days prior to 2020 of October 28th. These may take a few weeks to be processed. While the game is still running and whatnot, it will see some of its most popular events return, and it's set to end on April 26, 2021. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of forgot what was even with that game, honestly. So remember Everspace 2? Yeah, that game that I kind of forgot to about too. Early access release has been delayed due to Cyberpunk 2077 moving its date to December 10th. Everspace follows Path of Exiles 3.13 Endgame expansion delayed to 2021, and as Rockfish Games said in a Kickstarter update to Everspace 2 backers, that this was a major blow to the studio. Let's get the cyber elephant out of the room. The release date just been pushed back. Cyberpunk has been pushed back to December 10th, which is a major blow to our planned Everspace 2 early access release in mid-December. Not only will every media outlet and content creator cover the most ardently anticipated AAA game in history throughout the entire holiday season, and not much else, we also know that there's quite an audience overlap within our community and our team. So after a quick consultation with our marketing friends at Evolve PR, Planet of Attack, and Swordfish PR, we decided to push back the early access release into January. We know that sucks, but hear us out. There's actually some good news in this. The good news is that any Kickstarter backer that doesn't have access to the closed beta will receive a pre-release key on November 2nd. This will allow any who pledged for a digital copy to be experience the first 10-hour-ish of what we have planned for early access. There is no time constraint, and the closed beta can be played as many times as desired. So they're trying to make it up for it. I get it, and I get release dates, and that would have affected their profits. So I'm not as completely mad, and luckily they don't do crunch time. So Future State continues its run according to Screen Rat. So remember that mysterious Flash character that we don't know who but has white hair? Well, So the Justice League will be comprised of new characters and legacy heroes, and the team's resident Scarlet Speedster will be Jess Chambers, aka Kid Quick, a gender fluid non-binary superhero hailing from Earth 11. According to Screen Rant, Kid Quick is a member of Earth 11's Team Justice, who will make their debut in the 8-page story from Ivan Cohen and Eleanor Calendari's DC's Very Merry Multiverse. Kid Quick will then transition over to Future State Justice League as the team's official Flash, and then on is the current day speedster or Jesse Quick. So why not just have it be an ancestor related to Jesse Quick entirely? Okay. So Cohen told Screen Rant this. I suggested that Kid Quick could be Earth 11's first gender fluid character, and once editorial saw the terrific take on the character design, there was certainly a lot of interest in them for stories beyond Merry Multiverse special in December. So yeah, I don't really. I just like I get they want to be more inclusive of everybody, be more inclusive with people. So I'm not gonna bug on them for that. Let's just hope they don't make it a big epic deal out of it in the story. I want a good story to be told. So if they feel like this non-binary gender fluid stuff can be helpful for the story, fine. Just don't make it an over exaggerated big deal. That's not really equality. Equality to me is also like, oh, you're gender fluid? That's cool. That's you. So I'm not complaining. Yeah, I'm not gonna like a big deal out of it. It's like that's who you want to be and that's who you are. You have that mentality, it's your right. So, moving on from what could be an uncomfortable conversation, Dave Bautista to guard the galaxy in a non-Marvel sci-fi film, Universe's Most Wanted. According to Deadline, Bautista will star in the Universe Most Wanted from director Brad Peyton. F. Scott Freisner, and Jimmy Lauren will have written in the screenplay, while Bautista will serve as one of its producers. Universe Most Wanted, it centers on a ship containing an assortment of daily criminals from all over the galaxy that proceeds to crash down onto a small town. The son of the town's sheriff must team up with a cosmic peacekeeper, played by Bautista, to stop all evildoers aboard the ship. Okay. Let's hope it's a departure from Drax the Destroyer, but we'll see when that comes out. Suicide Squad. David Ayer denies rumors of a director's cut coming to HBO Max. So there was rumors going around that that apparently there was going to be the director's cut, the Ayer cut of Suicide Squad being released. He has since gone on tweeting saying not true. So yeah. But they doubled down on the reliability of its sources. Again, we trust our sources and are standing by them, the publication stated. Which part of the rumor is untrue, however, remains unclear. So he does say that the cut does exist, but the rights to are owned by AT&T and HBO Max. No further details have been shared with the public regarding this. If it came to the surface, then it would likely appear on HBO Max. In the past, Ayer has been open about the existence of a Suicide Squad director's cut, regularly sharing details of fans regarding his version of the film, as well as the general disapproval of the theatrical release. Along with his openness about the existence, it is no secret that he wasn't necessarily happy with the final cut of Suicide Squad, commenting on Twitter in May that his soulful drama was beaten into a comedy. He also claimed that his director cut is simply better than what was the public has seen, and that it would ultimately make sense to update it. He even shared a description of his original opening scene in September, which apparently featured June Moon releasing Enchantress, an extensive assault on Arkham Asylum by the Joker and his crew, in an argument between Harley Quinn and the Joker in his car. So, yeah, I if they want to release it, I'm all for it. I'm a little surprised because they had said that the Snyder Cut being happening was also because we got to get content for our service. What's something we can sell? Oh, we have something. I don't know what. Something that fans want. Something that would be instantaneous. That we would get subscribers automatically, and they would wait months and months, or pay a huge sum of money right out of the gate. Man, what could it be? I don't know, honestly. We need to figure something out. Oh. Hey, do we have that Snyder Cut that people talk about? Snyder Cut? We have to make that thing real? Okay. Hey, Zack Snyder, do you want to do that? Yes! Okay. So if Ayer ever gets his cut, then that's going to be it. So So apparently, the director of Doctor Strange came out revealing something that was improvised in Avengers Endgame. Doctor Strange's big moment in that was improvised. So remember, Doctor Strange had several big moments. The portal. Well, there was another big moment he did. Mm. Where he shakes and raises his finger. Benedict, the director said, Benedict told me this moment was improv. Oh man. Yeah. So yeah, that big moment, that one gesture was completely improvised. And that set in motion the heroic sacrifice of Tony Stark, in which he steals the Infinity Gauntlet and says, I am. Yeah. Seems like a lot of leeway was given for that movie. In fact, the MCU has a lot of relay. Like the I am Iron Man was actually originally not supposed to be in that line. Instead, it was supposed to be just him smirking and snapping his fingers. And that was stupid. That would have been stupid. So there's been a rumor about regarding a returning dead MCU hero joining the cast of WandaVision as part of the Funko Pop rumor leaks. Quicksilver. Yeah, everyone thought Quicksilver was never coming back, especially after the people love X-Men's Quicksilver. So, uh, oh man. And yeah, even Peters, who played Quicksilver in the X-Men movies, was also reportedly cast in a yet to be specific part, though most believe he will play the new character. Tragic, but um yeah, Pietro seems to be coming back. If the Pop Funko that Marvel has to have contracted with the company Funko Pop, that means he's probably coming back. That's gonna be interesting. Will Wanda revive him? Will this be the Pietro Quicksilver, or will this be the X-Men Quicksilver brought in as part of the "we broke the multiverse, we need to fix it"? So it's been announced that in the bloodbath of DC Comics, it's been reported that it appears DC might just need those fired employees a little longer. They were due to be departed towards the end of October. Now they've been told by Bleeding Cool that they will have an additional month worth of notice. It's taking them to the end of November. And right now, given the current job market, pretty much everyone remaining is taking those additional 3 weeks and 3 weeks pay. And it would be the first time it's enacted policy to have reined some of it back again when the true impact becomes apparent. So the people who were fired at the staff, does look like that they were given another 3 weeks, so they would have another month to plan things out, get more pay, but plan out what's going to be next for them. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. And last but not least, Jeff Lemire and Jock's Snow Angel from Comixology Originals is launching in 2021. So there was a tease they made for 2021, and they have announced it to be Snow Angels from Comixology Original. Get ready, and they've published announcements on tweets and everything. So let's see the details on their tweets. They've begun a video with it. Okay, don't care about that. Let's see, Jeff Lemire's. Here's okay, it's the same thing. Yeah, I know who Jock is because of his work with Scott Snyder on the Black Mirror edition of Detective Comics during the pre-New 52 days. Oh, I miss those days. But yeah, it's gonna be exciting to see how that goes. And yeah, let's see if there's anything else. Um, let's check one more bit. Um, So apparently there's been a boycott. Here's one more. That apparently due to where Brad Booth returning to Marvel Comics, taking over You and drawing the central ongoing X-Men book, one of the best-selling comics on the direct market, and most likely Marvel's best-selling title. Well, and he's also drawing the Chris Claremont anniversary title along with a number of other artists that have worked for Claremont over the years. But yeah, Brad Booth has had a number of controversies, and Jonathan Hickman was the one who chose Brad Booth as the new X-Men artist alongside Archer, and taking over from Lou. And Lou and Booth used to draw X-Men comics as a creative partnership back in the 90s. So yeah, they were kind of mad about that apparently. Marvel was like, okay, so Marvel essentially said this. Okay, Hickman, since you are essentially our Jeff Johns of reality, we need you to tell us who's your next artist for the X-Men books after X of Swords and heading into 2020 and into 2021 and beyond until you get another regular artist. Okay, I want Brett Booth. Can you please pick someone else? I want Brett Booth. Do you want we could get George Perez? Wait, he's retired. We could cut. No, wait, Phil Jimenez. I think he's retired too. Can you get anyone? We'll give you Cookie. We could get Gary. Oh wait, Gary Frank takes too long. That would derail plans in our sales. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Can we give you another artist? We could give you Pepe Larraz. He's a great artist, and he doesn't take long. He can draw. You can get him again on the regular books. But I already used him for House of X, and we're using him for the X of Swords stuff. I don't want to cause, but his artwork's so beautiful. Well, Brett Booth's so 90s. He's okay. But I want Brett Booth on board. No. We could give you RB Sylvia. He's set to come back. Okay, good. We could contact him to be your regular artist, but he's also going to do a storyline with us. So I want to save him for that. So we need Brett Booth. Fine. Just give us money. Damn it. So, yeah. Oh, God. So, yeah, that probably how the conversation was. He's Hickman. He get what Hickman wants, Hickman gets. So it was either that or they lose him, and they can't afford to lose him currently with the X-Men stuff going on, or else they have to make it bad again, or not as interesting, or not as impactful to the Marvel Universe. And no one wants that right now. So that's about it. This was fun. So this was the Monday edition. Tomorrow is the election. We'll have to see how that goes. I don't know if big news is coming out, but if there's any big news beyond just the election talk, I'll be sure to cover it on Neo Reality Collective, but it looks like Wednesday's going to be causing a delay in it, but we'll see. This was Neo Reality and Sheriff. If you like, comment, subscribe, and donate to for more. All right, and welcome to the next week of Neo Reality Collective.